All right, let's go and get started. Howdy, howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sharkinbear, and welcome back to the channel, where today we're going to be checking out the latest update for Jotunnslayer Hordes of Hel. That is the Svartalfheim update. With the update, we got a new map, new boss, new character, and new god, as well as a selection of new weapons for the new character. The new character is called the Warden, and let me show him off here a little bit for you. This is the Warden right here. As you can tell, he comes with 3 skills by default. He has the Tower Shield, so he can block stuff a little bit better than most other characters. He has the Iron Within, which makes him immune to slows, but gives him bonus health, as well as Ground Smash. Now, the thing about Ground Smash is that it removes your dash, so you can no longer like dash out of the way with this particular character, but instead you do a knockback to enemies around you. It's kind of a love-hate thing, honestly. I kind of miss the movement abilities of the other characters, but it is fairly strong and is very good at like pushing enemies back for you. We also have Brock and Sindri being the new god that's involved in this update. Sorry about that. And the newest update involves a lot of different passive skills that you can activate, basically runes. And each of these runes are passives that you can upgrade in the game to give you cool things like increased class damage and double cast, to being able to increase your attack speed and using your dash or your smash more often, to things like giving you passive lifesteal and attack healing power whenever you attack. So there's a lot of stuff here. As a matter of fact, this is all just a lot of stuff to add to the loot pool. They probably have the most activatable abilities, or add some of the like the most amount of skills into the game. They also have stuff as like giving you rewards for double skills whenever you level up, chance to increase the amount of golden imps that spawn, which is really nice, and that can trigger whenever you level up as well. So that's pretty interesting. We are going to be playing the dwarf. The cool thing I did notice about the Warden is that he starts out with all of his weapons unlocked. Now, I don't know if he's supposed to do that, but like they were all unlocked for me by the start. One thing I want to talk about is the Hobgoblin Hordes. This is a special event that's happening for the next 2 weeks. Essentially, if you come in here and you clear a whole bunch of enemies with a specific character, you unlock a new weapon with them. Now, I don't know if these are entirely new weapons, because I did unlock the one for the dwarf just to be curious about it, and it seems like it is just a skin of an existing weapon, which makes sense because they don't want to, have FOMO going into the game, especially in early access, where, somebody who's not playing or waiting for the 1.0 might miss out on this. But the Horn's Bane is the goblin event weapon for the dwarf. I'm not going to actually be using this one. I haven't tried this one out, so I don't say I'm not a fan of it. But the one I actually really like, and the one we're going to showcasing because I really do enjoy, is actually the Njord Festival. Basically, it buffs myself as well as debuffs enemies around me. It's actually really good. And we're going to be using the Sentinel Male skin, which I got for completing the new map on hard mode with the Warden specifically. So we're going to check that one out. I am, of course, going to go into Svartalfheim just to showcase that, and I am going to do it on hard mode because they did make some changes. Apparently, they decided to buff enemy density and rethink about it. I don't know if it's just this map, but it is definitely noticeable. So if you like this content, you want to see more videos like this here on the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, let me know what you think of the game. And let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so the match started, and the first thing we want to notice is that the dwarf is actually a mid-range character and throws his hammer rather than beat stuff with it in melee range, which is really nice. I do like, I like the fact that he is more of a mid-range rather than a directly in melee character. I am going to go with increase all damage, especially against elite enemies. That will be nice. First objective is up. We're going to go with runners. Runners, of course, meaning we gotta kill a whole bunch of enemies that are planning on running away from us. We're gonna use our weapon skill to disease the enemy. That'll kill the first one. Warden. Looks like we have a whole bunch of options here. Chance to block incoming hits. I'm gonna go ahead and take that while we can. We do have 3 runners over here we gotta focus on, as well as worrying about this guy who's throwing poison at us. I don't like him at all. If I can, I will try to kill him as well. I don't like the poison necessarily because it's kind of hard to determine sometimes if you're in range of the poison or not. We did pick up a really good weapon pickup for our character, which now whenever he throws a hammer, it splits into 2 hammers. I'm a big fan of multiple hammers being tossed. Unfortunately, it doesn't increase the damage you're doing to an enemy, but it does just allow you to AoE stuff down a little bit quicker. Brock and Sentry, we got that one. We got better health regeneration. I am going to go ahead and go with... Ooh. Both of these are good. Let's do the lifesteal. Maybe we'll luck out and we'll get both of them. I'm gonna go ahead and disease this guy. Probably didn't need to do the ground slam. May have knocked him away from me. There we go. He is down. I need to keep a better eye on these carts, because sometimes these carts can give you rewards. If you look up in the top right, by the way, there are mine carts that travel around from time to time. There's several different types of mine carts can give you like bonus effects. We don't have any weapon damage on our weapon skill, so it's really gonna defeat the purpose to take Urus. Tiwaz increases our attack damage. You want to do that. Oh man, gift from the gods. We got another level up. We'll go ahead and take the hammer time and get an oscillating hammer to travel around us. Go ahead and choose to target specifically this guy. And I was clearly out of that poison. It felt like they were like, you dipped your pinky in and that's enough for us. Oh, and there was a damaging cart, so pretty fun. All right, we're gonna work our way north to these other 2. Ooh, we have a reward. Cart here. There we go. Let's go ahead and get the Crystal Geode and Brock and Sindri. Hey, your crit chance with attacks. I think I want to re-roll that one. Random buff when using the weapon skill. I actually do kind of like the idea of you getting a random buff, because that buff can be any of the ones that you get from the chest. It looks like we got Bless here. And that happens every 3 seconds, and we can get that every single time we do our weapon skill, and our weapon skill is only on like a 10-second cooldown, so we're getting a pretty nice buff every time we use that. First objective is completed. Looks like there is a golden imp on the field. I am going to go ahead and head towards that, and we're going to take the portals. There was a newer objective for the map, which was the brawlers. That wasn't going to give us as good of a reward. We're gonna go with, let's go with Iron Fist. We do have the option for oscillating hammer, but I do want just another skill active if we can, just that way we increase the amount of damage we have going out. I didn't see what buff we got then, but any buff is a buff. There he goes. That guy is down. Somehow I still managed to get some of that poison. I don't like that. I'm gonna banish that one. Chance to stun on attack. I'm gonna go with the fist because it adds an additional hit to that. I'd rather have the guaranteed hit. This one, we simply just got to take out all the enemies that spawn. These little bugs seem to be the target choice here. And it looks like we got to clear 120 enemies from this one. Warden, looks like we have chance to stun, oscillating hammer, chance to stun on block. We'll do that one. Let's see. We got a poison dude here. I really just don't like them, so I'm going to go after him. We're also going to take the Shield Bearer subclass. Shield Bearer gives you an additional +2 to HP regeneration, an additional 10% blocks chance. and a 50% shield bar. It goes right above our health bar. It equals 50% of our health in shield, which is really nice. And it'll refill every 70 seconds. That block chance increases our block chance to a total of 35 right now, if I'm correct. Block chance 41. Okay, so, oh, that's right, because we picked a skill early on that increases our block chance. The 41% chance to block enemy attacks is always going to be positive. If we get lucky enough, we will have the option to, reflect enemy projectiles and also be healed for them potentially. Alright, so that is the first portal down. I'm going to work our way towards the next portal. I'm going to opt to focus this poison dude over here and get him off the map. Who would we go with? I don't want to go with either of those. We're going to go with Warden. Increases the chance to reflect small projectiles and heal a portion of the health when it occurs. Absolutely. Ooh. Oh. We're going to re-roll. We're going to take Warden again. Hammer split into even more projectiles. I'm going to take that one. I would like a little bit more DPS. I don't necessarily need the last upgrade, but having, with as many enemies that are on screen, having the ability to clear with additional hammers is pretty nice. And explosive out of there. Nice. Alright. Looks like we are coming up on almost completing this portal. We have 20 enemies left. Do we want Odin? We do want Odin. Higher damage and critical hit chance with God skills. Man, there was a buff cart. It is traveling to the northeast. We wouldn't get there in time even if we left now. That is the shorter track on the map, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and work on clearing out this giant here. He died really fast. That is not a bad thing. And I'm going to go work on this golden imp. Go and disease him and fortify ourselves. And then we'll work on the rest of the enemies on the map. We do have 18 seconds before the next objective is coming up. I am going to work on these spellcasters. I would hate for them to be too many spellcasters on the field. We'll go ahead and get... I'm going to get hammer time. I would take the extra health. That is also a good one. Anytime you pick up a chicken, you basically get plus 10 health. But if I get lucky, if we're lucky, with the boons that we get, we might actually find ourselves in possession of some boons that'll just straight up give us massive health increases. Generally, the ones I've seen so far have given around like plus 100 extra health. Plus, if we keep our health regen high, I think there's a good chance that we could survive just off of blocking and our regen. So this is the new one, Survive the Curse. Essentially, it's kind of similar to the Blizzard from Jotunheim. Not Jotunheim. Is it Jotunheim? Yeah, Jotunheim. Essentially, instead of a blizzard, the screen just goes blind, essentially, and you have to survive for X amount of seconds, minutes, even, until the curse goes away, and then we'll get our vision back. That's the objective completed. What makes it complicated is we can be faced with elites. There's an elite on the map, eventually, that we'll find. It's basically a dude who runs around on a warg, and after we knock him off this warg, we have to fight him as well. And things can get kind of dicey there. We'll go with the Brocked Sindri, so we can get here. Oh, it looks like we have a health regeneration. Hey, I'm going to do that one. I'll reroll a couple times. Oh, Warden. We go Iron Fist. You know what? Let's go with Bottomless Stomach. It is important to note that as long as we have the shield, we won't get the shield. As long as we have shield, we won't get the extra health from the chickens. So I am going to purposely lower my shield, which could be bad, but there are like, there were 4 chickens on the map when I picked this one up, so I'm that's 40 extra health, right? But we do have some elites here. We gotta worry about knocking them off his warg first before we can do anything with him. But if we manage to beat this elite, he does come with a chest to pick up. Only problem with this particular enemy is that he actually does like a line skill shot, but unfortunately there is no like tell for that skill shot. There's no predicted attack area for it, so you kind of sitting in, you're just kind of having to move back and forth, make sure you don't get hit by it. God skill upgrade, 10 gold, or a stackable skill damage. We'll go God skill upgrade. Looks like we increase our crit chance by another 5% and the damage from this 20%. Nice. How much we got left in the curse? We got a minute or a second left. There we go. There is a thingy down here. Go ahead and get through reflect, because we are going to find ourselves surrounded by even more range units soon. Oh my god. I didn't mean to sit in that long, but it is what it is. Right after we got our shield back too. Like, you may think I'm an idiot for taking as much damage as I did. I think I'm an idiot sometimes for doing what I did. But I did want the extra health, and I was willing to take the hit on the chin. The cool thing is we're about to come up here and get a food buff that gives us another plus 10 health. And there's a buff cart. One juggernaut. Oh man, we can't get that food. I want the cart. Give me the cart. Reward cart with explosives. Let's go ahead and take the Erd's dice that will give us the additional 3 rerolls. I do like rerolling. Unfortunately, we healed before we could actually pick up the chicken, so we can't get that one. I'm gonna try to keep the shield as long as we can, honestly. Let's build up some chickens on the map, right? And then if we build up enough, I'll go and pick up a whole bunch of chickens at one time. I mean, it might be working against us that we have health regen too. Ooh. Get this additional block chance. What's our block chance at now? 48%. If we get lucky enough, we can get that 50%. Or higher than 50%. We're going to be in a good spot. Alright, so we need to take out this juggernaut here. As you can see, he is pretty healthy. He tends to throw fire boulders, or just boulders that are on fire. And then he jumps at us. But if we keep him blocked... Ooh, that explosive card actually did a number. And I've seen a number of range attacks already being reflected by our ability, so that's good. Warden, let's see. I'm gonna go with Last Vigilance. I don't even know if that was him attack or if that was just a normal thing that happens on this map. I think we got a haste buff, which is really nice. I keep forgetting we also get the benefit of whenever we use our weapon skills, we're getting a blessing essentially. So that is the objective completed. Nice. It seems like we're fairly survivable right here, but that has no bearing on whether or not we actually manage to survive against the boss. The boss himself is also fairly tricky. It has a lot of mechanics going on at one time, and you'll see that one. It's definitely the most challenging boss they've put into the game so far as I'm concerned. That could be mostly a fact that we don't have a movement-based ability like we do on the other characters. We only have the Quake, so you got to be very, very cautious of where you're moving around with the Warden whenever you're fighting. So many chickens on the map. We got 4 chickens. That's 40 health I can pick up right now. We do have a minute and 20 before our next mission becomes available to us. I'll go ahead and use my blessing. Not my blessing, yeah. my weapon skill. And I am constantly keeping an eye out on our mini-map to see if we can benefit from a cart. Rock and Cindery. Let's go ahead and go with that one. What do they got us? They got us extra health. You know what? I'll take the extra health. What kind of cart we got over here? A nothing cart. Oh, we just got 30 extra health there, which is nice. Will I get over here to this other chicken fast enough to benefit from that one? Cool. Oh my god, I'm taking so much extra damage right now. Entirely on me. There is more chicken though. We just gotta be very, very careful with how many AoEs are currently going out. Jesus Christ. Got elites on the map. These elites are pretty good because of the fact that they will drop chest for us. Go with hammer time. Probably need to try to get this evolved before our run-in with the boss. We're gonna go with the medium crushing engines. This is a new objective specifically for this map as far as I know. And essentially, there is a mechanic from the boss that is used for this objective. So it's very nice to try to clear this one out if you can. So in this objective, essentially, there's going to be a blue mace that floats around the main pillar in the middle of the objective. And you want to smash these purple lanterns that sit around the outside. We're going to go with the Spellstone, actually. And let's get that 100 extra health. That's not going to be a bad one to take. We're going to go ahead and head over to the first crushing engine. So you can see basically what I was talking about as far as how this works. So essentially, we're going to sit on this point. You see these purple lanterns around here. There's 3 on this objective. I need to wander over to one of them. It's going to target me with that blue mace on the sky. And we need to smash these purple lanterns on the outside. Alright. The cool thing about all that was we took some damage, and now I can get 20 extra health. That's the... or 10 extra health. We got our shield back before I could go get it. Dang it. Ooh, we have a... I'm gonna channel that. When you head over these other 2 objectives. Again, you gotta remember how benefited we are by the that shield. It's 50% of our health. So right now we're getting close to a 500 a shield of 500 just for increasing our health. So it's definitely of benefit to do so. I think that was close enough to get that right. Yeah, it was. Okay, cool. Unfortunately, there's poison on this point. But we broke it, so that's fine. I am A-okay with that. If I stand on this poison for just a second, I can get that chicken. There's another chicken over there. I want the chicken. Oh, we got 2 more Ward Riders. I don't actually know what these guys are called. But we can kill them fast enough. We do need to hurry up because we do have another engine waiting for us to clear. We're going to go with reroll. Increased chance to block. Jesus, it goes from 13% to 20%. Let's see if we can get this one right here. We'll go with max health. Go. And we're going to give ourselves health regeneration and additional movement speed. Let's go with that. Let's get over the siege engine as fast as we can. Because we got to beat that siege engine and we got to make it to the boss. There he goes. Nice. All right, objective completed. Let's get our booties up to the boss. I'm not going to worry about the golden imp. I know we still have plenty of time. But, I think we're fine, especially with how many enemies are spawning up right now. Hopefully we can knock this boss out, no problem. But there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of stuff you have to dodge. The most important thing is on his right arm, he has a saw blade. That is going to be your most important attack. He'll start out this first phase by throwing out a couple of AoEs, and he'll roll back this arm and send out that saw blade. And all you want to do is, I've noticed that you kind of want to head to the right here for the most part to avoid that saw blade. More often than not, I found if I head to the left, I took that damage. Eventually, he's going to head into a phase where there's actually 3 plates. So the middle plate that never moves. There's a center plate, and then there is the outer ring as well. And at some point, he'll start moving the middle and the outer rings specifically. And they'll change directions of which way they go. And here in a little bit, you're going to find out that he'll actually make himself immune to damage. And the only way to get him to be vulnerable to damage again is by destroying these batteries, similar to the crushing engine thing. But in order to get those things crushed, you actually get him to crush them himself. Alright, so now we're heading into the second phase. As you see, now he's added in flamethrowers into the mix. Some of those flamethrowers will move, some of them won't. Kind of pick and choose which damage you want. The saw blade is the worst of the damage. So, if I have an option to run through the flames, I might choose to do that instead. I'm gonna move up. He is almost at 30% health. Flamethrowers are out. The good thing was he also will have some health regen, so even if our shields go down, hopefully by the time they go down, we can heal ourselves back up. As you can see right here, like I said, lots and lots of stuff going on, and it's just going to get more frantic as the fight goes on. I want to stay out of that middle ring because it is moving into him, so that can be problematic. Alright, so he is in his invulnerable phase. And this one, he'll stop saw blading stuff. Instead, he's going to do that smash attack. I kind of want to basically put where I might be at, rather than where the thing is directly at. There we go. He is vulnerable again. He's going to go back to his basic thing. This time, his flamethrower might actually follow around the arena. So we do want to be careful of that one. Look, there he goes doing it himself. And it will go all the way to the other side if you don't watch out. Oh, I need to get on this inner track that's moving faster. It looks like he's going to the other side to flamethrower all the way around, so we'll hang out on this far side here. There we go. And he will have another shield phase, and it will require us to basically use more shields than the previous time. Or break more batteries than the previous time. Let's hang out by this battery. There's one. I'm kind of surprised right now that there aren't more AoEs about, because last time I did this, there were a crap ton of AoEs going out at the same time as all of that. As you can see, he added a new attack to his rotation. It was basically like a shotgun of lasers that come out of him. Take the fire damage instead over here. We are extremely tanky, so I am actually feeling pretty good about our chances. Our shield was able to block most of that damage that went out from the laser beams that we were getting hit by. Alright. And luckily for us, it looks like we are doing pretty good. Pretty alright. We are vulnerable. Our shield did go down, unfortunately, but we have Bloodlust active as well as the health regen, so we should still be in a pretty great spot to fight him and finish off the fight. He will put up one more shield before the end of the fight, and it'll basically be as soon as we can bring that shield down, that is the end of the boss. So we just got to knock out this last 5% of health right now. Watch out for the flamethrowers there. Oh, did get hit by that, but we do have our shield back up, so that is nice. Alright, so he is essentially dead. He's got 391 health points left. Now we gotta wait till the batteries come out and try to make them to there. There we go, there's one battery. I did not hit that one. That's unfortunate. All right, can we get this one? I think that's the end of it. There we go. And the boss is down. That is the construct Jotun completed. And we got a crap ton of soulstones from that one. All right, looks like we gained 6 soulstones from that one. And it looks like Hammer Time doing a lot of damage, so is Iron Fist and the Nord Festival. Let's see, overview. This will show us too many of our statistics. We did manage to get up to a 55% block chance. Charm of Giants doing a lot for us, getting that extra health. But I believe that was the end of our run. That is the new update from Jotunnslayer, Hordes of Hel, or Hordes of Hel. That was the Svartalfheim Descent, I believe that is what it's called. And a look at the Warden. If you want to be interested in what my build is, this is currently what I have activated. Essentially, he comes with new passives that increase the overall damage of the class. They also have buffs where the food heals him for more. I didn't really feel like that was necessary. He did option to take the Retribution here so we could reflect projectiles. I feel like it's pretty necessary. As well as these upgrades that increase the overall attack damage of our guy. The only active skill that I took on him was Hammer Time. That's because I didn't have as many points as I would like. I definitely need to invest more points in stuff, but I was doing cool things like filling out the passives that we get from things like Brock and Sindri. But that was looking at an update. Did you like the content update? Are you playing it right now? What are you doing with the game? Anyways, let me know down in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Later.